Coming up at 11, the search is on for a woman who was last seen in McCreary County. What we know so far.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News at 11.
Good evening, I'm Dakota Makris. Thank you for joining us tonight. The family of a missing Scott County, Tennessee woman asking for anyone and everyone's help finding her. Darlene Chitwood went missing Saturday near the Kentucky-Tennessee line. Will Puckett talked to her daughter, who says she's worried her mother is suffering from a diabetic attack.
It's been a nightmare.
Chelsea Dougherty isn't mincing words when it comes to how her family is feeling as they search for her mother.
We've not heard nothing from her. It's been a nightmare. Like, our entire family's been out looking. People that we didn't even know, knew her has been out looking.
Dougherty last spoke to her mom, Darlene Chitwood, Saturday morning. But after that, nothing. Until a text message from her aunt that night about her mom's last message to anyone.
And she said, well, she texted me around 6:30 saying, come get me. I broke down. I ran out of gas. I'm on station camp.
Only station camp doesn't exist in Stearns, Kentucky. Now, worry is setting in that her mom is sick and in critical need of life-saving medicine.
Her sugars were out of whack, so I'm thinking that she might have had like some, she was a little confused because if your sugar's real high or real low, it causes some disturbances.
A series of security cameras showing her mom along a stretch of road just after 6:30 Saturday, but little sign of her since then.
We had no possible idea where she could be from there. So basically the last camera sight was at that furniture store.
From Stearns to Pine Knot to Scott County, anywhere along US 27, this family hoping someone has seen something and will call police.
It may be nothing, but it may be something to us.
Hoping even the smallest tip will lead to their big find. Along the Scott-McCreary County line, Will Puckett, WYMT Mountain News.
Chitwood was last seen at Big Blue Tires in Stearns wearing a pink tank top with blue capris. She has blonde hair and blue eyes. Anyone with information is asked to call the Scott County Sheriff's Office at 423-663-3111. State Route 17 in Logan County, West Virginia remains closed following a helicopter crash that killed 6 people Wednesday. A National Transportation Safety Board investigator said the helicopter, better known to many as Huey, was airborne for about 15 minutes prior to the 911 call that it had crashed. The investigator said the NTSB will be looking for tangible evidence as the wreckage is recovered. They expect that to take place on Friday.
What they're going to be focused on during these next 3 to 5 days is going to be documenting the perishable evidence. So they'll be going to the accident site where the helicopter crashed. They'll be documenting that entire site to see if they can determine the angle at which the helicopter came in, determining if there are any witnesses. And I should say that we are very interested in speaking with any witnesses or anyone that has information that might be relevant to the investigation.
NTSB officials say they should have a report out in about 2 weeks, but a complete investigation could take 1 to 2 years. If you witnessed the crash or have any information, you can contact the NTSB at witness@ntsb.gov. The Pikeville Police Department needs help finding a man pictured here who officers say stole from K Jewelers in Pikeville this afternoon. Police say he asked to see merchandise from a case and walked out with nearly $4,000 worth of jewelry 3 minutes later. Officers said he got into a gold or silver early 2000s Toyota Camry. You are asked to call 606-437-5511 if you have any information.
A quiet overnight for many of us on tap, as it was a quiet evening throughout the mountains today. And we've got more quiet weather on the way as we head into tomorrow, though it will be a little on the toasty side. Outside at the moment, it's all quiet around the region. Hideout camera UVA-wise, they sit at 68. Night, of course, has fallen. Same thing at London Corbin Airport. They're a little milder, though. Middle 70s as opposed to the upper 60s that we were seeing in Wise. Many of us remain in the low to mid 70s at this hour. It is a little on the muggy side in some spots, but for the most part, we're all quiet. Nothing on pinpoint Doppler to worry about, and we'll continue to see that as we head through the remainder of tonight. Closest thing you got, some clouds pushing across the central portion of the state. So tonight, mostly clear, many of us down into the mid-60s as we wake up on our Friday morning. Now, I've got the latest on when we could see some more hot weather and when we could see the return of showers and storms coming up in just a little bit. Dakota?
All right, Evan, thank you. What makes fentanyl so dangerous? Health officials are putting a lot of the blame on fentanyl for the escalation of overdoses. Well, the Kentucky Office of Drug Control Policy says the drug was responsible for 73% of overdoses in the state of Kentucky. Brightview Health Vice President of Clinical Services in Kentucky, Rhonda Roper, says it is dangerous no matter the amount.
There is such a high overdose potential. So I'm not really aware of a set amount. Just any of it can be deadly to anyone.
Health officials recommend not using hand sanitizer if you come in contact with fentanyl because it can absorb the powder. Officials say to wash your hands with soap to avoid the toxic effects. What used to be an annual event shaping our Appalachian region has expanded for 2 days. Leaders from nonprofits, government agencies, and private businesses take part in a summit focused on entrepreneurship and innovation. Our Zach Hawk has more on a busy day here in Hazard.
The hard part in this work is there's a lot of problems to be solved in so little time.
Day one of the conference wrapped up with a reception and a walk through downtown Hazard. Judge Executive Scott Alexander says the town is a model of recent small business success.
What we're really working on for Appalachia and East Kentucky is to become a destination where it's not just a one-night stay or a two-night stay.
Hazard Community and Technical College staff are hosting the 2-day Focused SOAR Summit. Smaller than the annual summit, these presentations highlight entrepreneurs and innovators like Travis Parman with App Harvest.
We credit our success to the Appalachian region. We don't think anything could have gotten going in any other area of the United States during COVID except this.
App Harvest began with 1 farm and are quickly expanding to 4 farms, a level of success they believe can be copied.
It's amazing when you're able to articulate that vision, you're willing to ask for help, how the world will come help you achieve that vision.
Day 2 on Friday features breakout sessions where the nuts and bolts of how to shape growth gets done.
We're going to have fun, we're going to network, but when people leave, right, that they're taking something back to their community to be a part of the solution somehow where they are, because unfortunately we're not going to be able to do it all of ourselves. All of us have a role to play.
Sessions begin early Friday morning and the summit wraps up in the afternoon. In Hazard, Zach Hawk, WYMT Mountain News.
The Kentucky Department of Agriculture recently announced more funding for a farmers market nutrition program. The department announced a $25,000 increase to the senior farmers market nutrition program. Along with the senior program, people can use SNAP or EBT as well as WIC. But a Johnson County UK Ag Extension agent says it's all about teaching people ways to be a bit healthier with fresh local fruits and veggies.
It's all built around encouraging folks to come to the farmers market, buy local, buy fresh foods, learn how to prepare them properly and make some things a little bit better to eat than all the processed stuff that we get stuck eating sometimes.
Officials say this will also save folks money due to the recent increase in grocery costs, eliminating transportation and results in fewer price hikes and even fresher food. Say goodbye to carrying around a backpack if you attend Knox County Public Schools. The school district approved every school to have a no backpack policy moving forward this year. Students will leave items in their locker and have time to get it between class. This was implemented along with metal detectors in an effort to keep students and staff safe.
At Knox Middle, during the first couple of years, looking at how the policy's working and what the feedback was, most students was taking home books and notebooks and things that they really didn't use at home.
Well, the school board says each school is very good about assigning very little homework, so it is less the student has to pack back and forth. It's less than 2 weeks until the 4th of July and the price of fireworks are skyrocketing. Knott County is holding 2 fireworks celebrations this year, and Judge Executive Jeff Dobson says it's costing them about 40% more for the same show as last year. But for Dobson and Mind-Made Adventure Park, it doesn't stop at fireworks.
$7,000 to $7,500 a month fuel cost, and now for those same numbers, same amount of gallons and stuff that we're using monthly is now costing us $18,000 to $20,000.
Knott County is holding its annual Thunder on the Mountain from June 30th to July 2nd. Dobson says he would like to do a bigger fireworks show this year, but can't due to the higher prices. London Police Department Chief Daryl Kilburn announced his retirement Thursday, effective June 30th. He joined the department back in 2003 and was appointed as chief in February 2019, serving as captain in the 6 years prior. Chief Kilburn said he decided to retire because the demands of policing in today's world have impacted the time available to spend with his family. Coming up at 11, one Prestonsburg business is running a community outreach stand, giving kids more ways to enjoy their summer vacation.
Plus, it was toasty this afternoon, but we've got some even hotter weather on the way towards the end of the week. The details on that next.